And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League here on this YouTube channel, Frontline League over on Twitter, on X, and Frontline Prediction League with underscores between the words over on Instagram. Please check all that stuff out. Like, favorite, subscribe, follow along, all that fun stuff. We got a lot to talk about here. Nothing future. It's all recap. We got WrestleMania weekend in the past, so I, your co-host Scott, am here to talk about it along with BeerMe. BeerMe, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Scott. It's allergy season, so the trees are
out to get you.
Out to get me. Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. It's like they're happening, but yeah, I'm doing all right. Other than that, how about yourself?
I'm good. It's been a long weekend, a long week, and I've got a long weekend ahead, another one ahead, and it's a lot of busy stuff for me of late. So. Yeah. So, but it was a fun weekend. We had a lot of crazy stuff. We had Stand and Deliver, like I said, and then we had WrestleMania. We consider those to be Saturday and Sunday, 2 different days. So, 24-hour stuff happens, as you'll see as we go through here. But are you ready to dive into Mania, BeerMe?
Yeah, let's do it.
Mania and Stand and Deliver. Now, I'll get it out there. We'll probably mention stuff during actual WrestleMania. We will be talking about that probably next week during the podcast recording. So, that'll come, our thoughts on that one. We've got to say it, BeerMe. Is the adrenaline in your soul?
It is. It's fully there. The story is just beginning.
Yeah.
But that chapter is over.
We will talk about that next week along with, the footage and stuff like that. So we'll get there. But we got to talk about our stuff first. We've got the FPL European Grand Prix Championship. Hunter Williams did defeat Scherfdog in the ladder match at Stand and Deliver. We have a new champion, Hunter Williams, fulfilling what we were both kind of thinking was part one at least, right? Like we both said he'd win the Euro title. We were both thinking that.
Yeah.
I said he'd go all the way and win the American as well. You were kind of thinking maybe not. You wanted it, but you were thinking no. But part one is done.
Nope.
So Hunter Williams did win the European Championship. The world title, well, it wasn't being defended until it was, because Mark Harper cashed in his Money in the Bank contract after the American champion, Cesar Bianco, defeated him in a non-title match. Mark Harper comes out and cashes in and wins the title from James Blake.
That was a pretty awesome moment. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, we've known that for like 2 months. That he wanted to do it, Stand and Deliver. I think it was 2 months. It might have only been a month and a half, but yeah. So much so that we had, as you saw, an updated version of the video go out, the hype video, with the new main event in it. Also with the wording of Hunter Williams being the American champion, or European champion, rather. So we were able to prep stuff like that, which is extra fun stuff. But yeah, Mark Harper cashed in, keeping a 100% record on that, which makes sense. Cashing a Stand and Deliver on an NXT makes sense. And yeah, a news article came out. The world title became Blake versus McKennedy, with Harper defending against both, because McKennedy earned that Rumble title shot in, and Blake, he had the match, he signed the contract, so it became a triple threat with him also as challenger, which became insane with him literally challenging 2 years in a row at Mania, which is unprecedented, especially considering he did not win the Rumble 2 years in a row. So that's like two-belt Blake just started making new stats here as we went. So yeah.
Yep. Man, he had a big weekend.
He did. It was crazy. We'll talk about Mania the next day here in a bit. So yeah. We do have FBU, it's BeerMe Jesus, the GMSG, Bastion, and the Canadian champion Broken Nerd facing Ralantando, Hirosh and Moses, the tag champs, Captain Coolix, Blackwell, and Static, that's Chilltown and Annex Asylum, Atlas, Kiyama, Jason Blade, Smooth Rock, and Orion, that's Black Dragon Empire, rather, and Stone Collective 2.0, Billy Grayson, replaced by RGX, Jackson Myrtle, Jeffrey Warhol, and or Stella in CT, if you're listening, or GMSG. We got Billy Grayson's name in there for the result, so I'll probably go change that. And I think I saw there was there should be a closed bracket there for by Static. Anyway, how do you feel about that craziness, BeerMe, with the 16 competitors in the ring for that?
Yeah, it was really close. It was a really close match, and we needed blood in at least one of the matches, and we got it. So
150, 138, 130, 117. That was pretty close, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and honestly, like I said, NXT, we're either really hit or really miss, and we hit it pretty much hit the nail on the head.
Mm.
So, yeah, I'm happy.
Well, let's keep going through. We got CJ Hawk defeating Lexi Briggs in Lexi's hometown. That was a match she wanted to kind of do a showcase, so sad outcome there. The Legend of New School, Ash and Detrick Cyrus did defeat tag challengers Team No Chance, James Costner and Josh Dionio, and more on them as we go into the weekend. The Good Guys, Kyer and Jonathan C.T. Martin, did defeat the Gleeful Killers, Eli and Mr. Glee. Red defeated the Arbiter. Daisy Knoll beat me. I did not have a good weekend. I'll just start with that right now. Pushino beat JJ Rocky. El Cid beat Chappers. Kurt Colt beat 3J Platinum. Payne beat X and Michael Marsh. I almost said Static Arzy. Starzy returning beat Mark Harper. So interesting turnaround there with Harper going on to cash in later. Danny the Light Jordison beat Camp Applestone. Matt Zion beat Wookie, and Jut Jut beat Memories. Matt's got his 25th win. Hunter and Harper won a title. Hunter also won the European, and Mark won the World, so they got those achievements. And then Atlas, Kiyama, and Memories got 1,000 points each in matches. The full results are there. This whole damn thing was pre-written like a week prior, and then we had to tweak some stuff because of some timing with things. The main event was supposed to be Hunter Williams versus Sheriff Dog versus Luke Gray. And Luke was not on this card. So he was in for Mania, but he didn't put picks in for that. So it became a one-on-one. But like I said, the main write-up was done well in advance. Please go check it out. We're not going to dive deep into this. I will just mention we had stuff on the kickoff. We had Chapters El Cid. And a lot of backstage moments. So we got a lot of backstage stuff in here to kind of feel like more like a show. We've been doing it a lot lately. I'm really happy with it. So please check that stuff out. It is a lot of fun with the stuff in here, and especially there's some backstage moments. The massive crazy match, the aftermath backstage with RGX, the Euro title, yes, and of course, like I said, the Money in the Bank cash in. So WrestleMania followed, and that is this graphic. So WrestleMania saw James Blake recapture the world title.
Guy's really good.
Mark Harper had it for 1 day, which we've had cash-ins before after a win, so we always put 5 minutes for that. So this is not the shortest record, but it's like second shortest after all those 5-minute ties. I think there's 2 of them. A single day. Mark Harper had it for 1 day, cashed in. Blake took it back. Blake, he's got the record now for quickest loss to recapture. First ever 3-time champ. And he leaves WrestleMania not just as champion, which would have been cool 2 years in a row, but by claiming the title 2 years in a row. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Also, ended up denying McKennedy the Rumble winner. Now, the Rumble winners were 50-50 going in because Payne won the first Rumble but lost in the Mania main event. That was not for the title, but it was still the main event. Bastion won that and went on to win the title at SummerSlam. But I think it was Bastion. He won through that one. But Payne did not win at Mania. Or no, he did win at Mania. I'm getting it mixed up now because Hawk did not win. He cashed in. So, like, we didn't have winners for the first little bit here. I said, that's right. I thought Payne did win. He did, but he lost later. Hawk didn't win the title, but he would go on to win it. So it was 50-50. Then we had 2 winners last year, Mr. Glee and James Costner. Well, one won, one lost, 50-50. And we went by the title shot that Glee got earlier. So, yeah, 50-50 going in. Now it's 2-3. I think it's like a 57% or so, or 43%. I don't know. Yeah. You'll see it in the numbers in January. But yeah, the Rumble winners have lost more than they've won in the match, the Mania match or the title match that they earned from that. So that's a wild stat when you really get down to it. The Rumble does not ensure you the title. It gets you a title shot, but nope. Because if you took Harper out, it was still Blake defeating McKennedy because McKennedy had the lowest score. So that ended up at the end. Now, the way I wrote it, there's more to go, and I had fun with that match. It was very Mania. But how do you feel about 3-time champ Blake?
He's tough, man. He's a pretty good competitor. So, I mean, I like it. I like that he got it back, but sad that Mark Harper didn't get a decent reign, and I'm sad that McKennedy didn't win because he was the Rumble winner.
I feel like he's gonna get it down the line. Yeah, McKennedy, he needs that one-on-one match, right? Like there's your story, right? So yeah, I think it's a matter of time for McKennedy. He'll get it. Harper though, former world champ, main event at WrestleMania, not for nothing. So we'll see what happens there. Absolutely can get back on track on those. Those guys are both immediate threats for Blake, but we'll see what happens at Backlash. We got to go to France for that one. So yeah. We do have a new Canadian champion, though, BeerMe. I know it's sad for you because Broken Nerd lost the last gold the FBU had because Cam Popplestone reclaimed the title.
He did.
And that was close, too. I know that was a tense one as well for a while, right?
Yeah, once Gunther won, it was kind of like, we kind of knew.
Well, Gunther lost.
Or once he lost. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
That was one of the matches that cost me mine. And we'll get there. We got Stadium Stampede. Team Red did defeat Stone Collective 376 to 339. I love when scores are that ridiculously big. That's fun. The match write-up's fun, too, considering how things went down and how RGX has continued in character now about running away from a small woman, which is hilarious when you think about it. But he knows it's a crazy woman. I know. So it's fine, but it's still, the optics are very fun. So, yeah. A lot of craziness in that match. Please go check it out. Please go read it. It's some insanity. Lots of good stuff. The American champion, Cesar Bianco, did retain in the TLC match against Hunter Williams. So, in back-to-back days, Cesar Bianco beat the world champion, James Blake, who would then lose it and regain it, and beat the European champion, Hunter Williams. So the American champion beat the world and European champions back-to-back. He's making a claim for the world title. He's also kind of made a claim for the Euro based on that. And, I don't hate it. it's...
Yeah,
we'll see if he runs afoul of Cam, but that's the only one left aside from the tags. So, yeah, it's some craziness there.
Right. Hats off to him.
Yeah. He escaped the chamber with the title and has proven himself, definitely. So I'm excited to see where things go from here for Cesar Bianco. Hunter Williams, though, not for nothing, is still European champion. Let's not forget that one. Then he's got a defense coming up at, not Backlash, but at Rebellion later this month. Next weekend, I do believe it is, or the weekend after. No, 20th and 21st is Rebellion and Dynasty, so a double weekend. Here we go. Mm-hmm. The spring is coming. So yeah, very busy for the champs coming up on stuff. We'll get to champions in a second because the tag titles are coming up. But first, Ash did defeat Halcyon in the last man standing match. Rather definitive. And then things happened, so we'll get there as we go. No worries there. But the Continental Tag titles, like I said, we do have new champions. Team No Chance, Costner, and Dionio did defeat Chilltown. That's Rolantando and Hero. And Shades of Smiles, Hawk, and Lexi. So, CJ Hawk and Lexi Briggs, unfortunately, again in Lexi's hometown, did not get that win. And Rolantando and Hero Moses of Chilltown lost their titles already, I think in the first defense, to two former world champions, James Costner and Josh Dionio. Very definitive win with 184 over 174 and 121. And these two are a force to be reckoned with. You don't bet against them. You just don't do it. And I don't know who can dethrone them. Because I don't know if FBU is even interested in tag titles right now. Like, the longest tag champs, so I talked about this before, you're shoo-ins to get shots for it again if you want it. The other team was great, but Nerd had gold. Well, now Nerd doesn't have gold either, so FBU's probably in the conversation there, but a lot of other teams have been active. The tag division, it might be a little small, but it's very busy and really shaken up right now. So I'm excited by that personally. How about you, as a former tag champ?
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if Team No Chance has a long reign or not.
I think they will. They're you don't bet against either of them. They're hard to beat. Even though they were like 1-4 when I said that the one time. But there you go. I was just a little early on that, so there you go. BeerMe, you did defeat Smooth Rock 86 to 66. Big singles win for you. Your singles Mania debut, I do believe.
It was.
Because you were teaming with GMSG or FBU for prior years, so there you go. How do you feel about that, getting that win under your belt?
I feel pretty good. I was a little shaky not really shaky going into Mania because, I was a little bit worried on like some of the picks, but I think I got every pick right. So, I mean, yeah, it just cards fell the right way. You know.
There you go. Speaking of falling, the I Quit submission match, Jonathan C.T. Martin did defeat Bane the Bissa in Bane's return. Very fun match, very cool stuff. And also C.T., with a cool promo afterwards, has called his shot, so I like that a lot. How do you feel about C.T. sliding on through there?
Happy for him.
That's it?
I mean, I kind of thought that Bane should have won her first match back, but
storyline-wise, yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. But when you're talking about like the actual picks, it happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about Bastion? Bastion did defeat Luke Gray 86-73. How do you feel on that one?
I'm very happy. He's rolling. So
we have a casket hardcore match. J-Mac defeated the Arbiter. J-Mac replaced Mod Step, who did not get to put picks in. So we had a last-minute replacement, and J-Mac getting the big win in a gimmick match on a main show. I mean, that gets you in the American title discussion. Not like you earned a shot from that, but like, hey, it's WrestleMania. Yeah. It's a big match. It's a hard. It's like, okay, maybe he's a CEO about this one. So we'll see how that goes. I like J-Mac. J-Mac also almost won the world title that one time. Like it's a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens there. Detrick Cyrus did defeat Dion Blade. MBPA not having a good night, unfortunately, but Detrick did get that win. Big win, and Detrick has been basically aiming high. So I do like the fact that we do have a potential challenger there for Blake, even though, you know, there's... It would have been interesting if it was McKennedy, because I would have liked that, where he's avenging for Dion, things like that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Aztec Warfare Elimination Hardcore match. It's a mouthful. Annex Asylum, Captain Cooley's Blackwell, Static, and Kyrie did defeat Black Dragon Empire. A rare loss for the BDE. Atlas, Kiyama, Jason Blades, and Orion. Static eliminated Atlas. Kyrie got Jace. And then Orion took out Kyrie and Static, with Krulex taking out Orion. So please go read that right up. The specifics are in there. I'm not going to... I am going to gloss over it because I want you to read it. So please go check that out. You've probably read it by now, but it is a lot of fun. Excuse me, I have an itch on my lip. There we go. JJ Rocky did defeat the Goose. Chappers beat Payne. The GMSG beat me.
The story. Scott, what happened?
It's not time to finish the story yet, I guess. I don't know. I said there would not be a cash-in. GMSG did. I hedged my bets. I said the Bloodline would win, but I said Rock would get pinned. I was right on Bloodline, and obviously Rock did not get pinned. So, like, I gambled poorly on that because the bonus I put 1 point versus 2 for the bonus, so I screwed that up. I did get Grayson Waller right touching the belts first. That 5 was the instant like, ooh, that was a good boost early on. But I said Sammy would win, or I said Gunther would win. He said Sammy. And I think those were like our 3 or 4 pointers, or 4 or 5s, maybe even 5 or 6. So him getting 5 and me not, because we had the same range in there, that hurt. And I forget the other one. I think everything else we were pretty much even on, but that was enough to do it. That was it. So, yeah, that one hurt because it looked like I had an early lead. I came out early, but he had high bets on the night 2 stuff. It turned out. He put 1 LA Knight. I put 12. I got it, but it was like, all right, it kept me in the running at that point. It was painful. It hurt. That one really hurt. I mean,
score what, 12? Is it 12 now?
I laugh about it, but I've got it up there. You can see I put a big X through WrestleMania with GMSG. If I am correct, it's
unlucky number 13.
If I'm correct, it's 12. Overall, out of every single match, I think it's like 16 and with 2 wins overall, and it was like the big tag and the 4-way. I've never actually beaten him, and I think 2 draws, and that includes like teaming with him in Survivor Series. So yeah, it's it sucked. It hurt. But you roll with it and you see what you can do, because now what? How much bigger can we make it?
Right.
I mean, Money in the Bank is in Toronto and SummerSlam's in Cleveland, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Not that I say that because it's like Cena and Edge back in the day, but also I flat out said I don't want to take him away from stuff with the storyline. So if he's going after titles, go for it, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah, I gotta get out. I gotta get it. I gotta get back on that saddle and win. I gotta do it. I'm Cody last year right now. Doesn't mean we rematch next year, but it's like, well, now what? Let's go. So yeah. Speaking of guys who won last year and this year, we got James Blake and Matt Zion co-winning the Battle Royal.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Zion co-won the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. Don't bet against him.
Just think, if he was in a title match, he would have won.
He would have, yes. Like I said, don't bet against him. Don't bet on him. Like, with rationale.
He beat you at a Mania once. So.
The only other man to do so, yep. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. We get the 2024 North American Clash qualifiers. So, Eli qualified to beat Mr. Lee. 3J Platinum qualified over Wookie. Danny Jordison qualified over Viper. Daisy Knoll qualified over Nayara. Kurt qualified over Jut. Push, qualified over Papa Snooch. Matt Zion did qualify, obviously, over Memories. Mac and Cheese qualified over El Cid. Rab qualified over Chef Urban. No, sorry. That's just the match. Rab beat Chef Urban. CM Carlito beat X. Woe beat Starzy. And Boone Job beat Junction. Woe and Starzy both kind of came out of nowhere with picks, so they got a match. So, yeah. I think the match of the night went to, I think it was the tag match. I forget exactly. There's a lot of achievements. I'm not going to read all these, but there's a lot of achievements in here. I know, based on our scores, if I had gotten those right, where I did say yes to a cash-in, or I did pick Sammy, I'm pretty sure GMSG and I had match of the night, and I wouldn't have lost. So if I would have won, it would have been match of the night.
That would have been pretty poetic.
Yeah, but it wasn't. So yeah. Which would have actually hilariously continued GMSG's usual streak of beating match of the night in losses. So that's its own thing. But I digress. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. There's a huge kickoff show. There's a lot in there with the Battle Royal, which was just a lot of fun to write because I don't have to wait for people to come out like in the Rumble. It's just a Battle Royal. People start getting tossed, and it's Mania preview night, so it was super fun to write that. It was the last thing I wrote too. Me and GMSG, big entrances, it was super fun. Chappers and Pains, awesome. Goose and JJ, hell yeah, let's go. Aztec Warfare, oh my god. Please come in here and read this stuff, guys. There's a lot in here. Even backstage stuff afterwards, people who qualified for the Clash. They're in here as well. That's coming up with Backlash. It's a lot. I'm scrolling. I'm halfway through. There's 60 pages, and I'm at page 33. Please go read this stuff. It's our 4th WrestleMania. It's a massive, massive thing. We're very happy with it. Very proud of it. Shout out to CT for stepping up because Red was unable to write some stuff here. I'm going to leave it at that. We're pulling for Red with be able to get back at things ASAP, but CT wrote a hell of a lot in here. I didn't write nearly as much. I did the hype video. I did other stuff. We all have our roles and stuff. But CT, good lord, he's written a lot. And it's awesome. So, yeah. Go thank him for that. It's cool as hell. But yeah, next up is Rebellion. We have nothing new to announce for that. Just to confirm a couple little things here. And let me get the graphic for that. Boop. There we go. All we really have is we're confirming, yes, it is Hunter Williams defending his new European Championship against Daisy Knoll. Black Dragon Empire of Smooth Rock and Orion will face Luke Ray and a mystery partner as of right now. And that's it. And then Dynasty has RGX versus Red. And the North American Clash will start. So we got Platinum versus Danny, Eli versus Matt, Daisy versus Pushino, and Kurt Cult versus Mac and Cheese. And then Backlash has the Devil's Paradise Hell in a Cell of Jason Blades versus Kyer, plus round 2 of the NAC. And actually the hardcore ones are just hardcore matches, by the way. So there you go. So that is upcoming stuff. I'll leave it at that, BeerMe. How do you feel after Mania? You're 2-0 on the weekend, and I'm 0-2.
Feel pretty good. Wondering where FPU is going to go from here now that we don't have any gold. It's kind of weird. But,
Yeah, I do. I know what it's like to not quite have what you want to have in that moment. Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah.
We'll see.
I didn't mean like that. But,
I mean, hey, Money in the Bank. It's in Toronto. Changes things real quick, doesn't it? If I got Money in the Bank and cashed in Cleveland. Oh, that'd be a good way to rub that into Jimmy, wouldn't it?
Or if you both were in Money in the Bank and you were so close to pulling it down.
See, I agree. Oh God, that would be the. Oh God, if we were co-holders of Money in the Bank, that would be the best storyline we could ever do. But the odds of that are insane.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine that. But I mean, there were co-holders almost before. I think in JRPL, I think we might have done a rematch to make sure there were co-holders because we liked the idea. We were like, that's awesome, but no, I'm on board with it. That'd be hilarious. I mean, hey, Heatwave is the night after is NXT in Toronto still.
Yeah.
Win it, cash in next day, win in Toronto. I like it, but I gotta get there first. It's a long road to see where the heck it is. It's weird. I've had a couple times when I have no direction, and that's where I'm at. So let's start at the bottom and knock names off and see where we go. So yeah, you're way well beyond that though. You're good. You're good.
No, thank you.
But yeah, that was. I almost said the JRPL. God, it's been 4 goddamn years of FPLs. I mentioned JRPL, so it was in my brain. That was the FPL's WrestleMania weekend. We are entering into, well, we're not, I mean, January is when we enter it, but 4 WrestleManias down is pretty crazy. 5 if you include that JRPL one we ran as well, but it was JRPL. 4 of our own. It's wild. We're proud of it. We're thrilled with it. It was our biggest attendance. It's super, super fun. We have AEW's whole calendar announced. Forbidden Doors coming up. There's a lot upcoming that we can have some fun with. And, I mean, I doubt we're going to have Jimmy G and I set a match again for next WrestleMania, so we're not going to have that year-long build. But who knows what happens? It could be a lot of fun. So, yeah, we'll see from there. But anything else, BeerMe, to recap after an insane weekend?
No, it was just insane and awesome. So, can't wait to see what's next.
Sounds good. Well, know what's next is next weekend. It is a TNA Impact show, Rebellion. So it's a house show, doesn't matter, but for European it does. Get your picks in for that. Storyline beats are good, and always it's our first Backlash after Mania, with Backlash following and Dynasty in there. So it's a lot of follow, it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of next step forward. So please keep that in mind, and we'll have a lot of fun on that one. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Again, it's Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube. Frontline League is the Twitter handle. Frontline Prediction League with underscores under the words, between the words rather. On Instagram. That's the Twitter, X, it's all that stuff. Please like, follow along, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Keep on board with stuff. We put the news articles there. The Discord's down below to see these preview pages, those results pages, the character chat, all that stuff is in there. It's a hell of a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.